Yep, you know, and he's not the fastest, he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, but he gets down there most of the time before the rest of them.
Witherspoon takes Boniol's kick at the 3. Out of the pack and down by David Lang. But a good return for the Eagles. They both need to win today to keep, well, the Cowboys would not be out of the playoff picture certainly if they lost, but they need a win today to clinch.
Now this is what Rodney Peete did in the first half. He was sacked once, hurried 3 times, and knocked down 6 times. His offensive line really didn't do a good job of pass protection.
Ricky Waters. And he is knocked out of bounds, pushed out of bounds by Deion Sanders.
Yeah, but that was great defense, not necessarily by Deion Sanders, but all along the line, because Ricky Waters tried to dip in about 2 times, and there was no place to dip into.
No place to cut back.
Nope, the Cowboys had, you'll see it right along the line here. They have the whole line, because he looks, and finally he had to go outside. But look how those blue jerseys control the line of scrimmage. See, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. And finally, he had to go all the way out to the sideline and get to Deion.
And here's Peete back to throw. And a holding penalty is going to be called against the Eagles on Tony Tolbert. Tolbert, of course, for Dallas, putting the heat on Peete, and they held him.
You know, you were talking about Tony Tolbert and how he has 2 bad knees. Barry Switzer said at the end of the season he's going to have both knees operated on, but he's sure been active today.
Cold weather, maybe.
Maybe that's something to do with it. I mean, you would think the opposite, but I mean, he's been making moves. He's been doing all kinds of pass rushes on Antone Davis.
Holding by the offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Number 78 is Antone Davis, and again, he's the guy that is blocking Tony Tolbert. Tony Tolbert's been giving him trouble all day. See, Tolbert starts with a bull rush right there. And the thing that they saw in Antone Davis was that right arm. That really wasn't that bad a deal.
2nd and 22, 3 wide receivers for Philadelphia. Peete back to throw it. Leon Lett and Chad Hennings put the heat on him. The pass is caught by Reggie Johnson. He did a good job to get it upfield.
And I don't know if Chad Hennings hurt himself or if he was just upset because he missed him. But Chad Hennings got in there, and it looked like he, in reaching for him, and just watch Chad Hennings here. He's going to get penetration, and he just starts on the outside. He starts on a stunt, and he just splits the guard and the tackle. He missed Peete the first time, then he buried his helmet in him the second time.
3 wide receivers again on 3rd down. No blitz, 4-man rush, screen pass to Waters. Ricky Waters fights outside the 40, but the Eagles will have to punt. That brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, and they're taking advantage of Leon Lett, you know, and they're because they know that they got a new guy there, that they know that they got a pass rusher there. When you start getting a big pass rush on that side, you throw a screen to his side.
Tony Tolbert helping Leon Lett to his feet and then off the field.
He's telling him to hurry up, because one thing the Eagles do is they don't huddle up for their punt coverage. They just run out there and punt the ball.
Deion Sanders deep along with Kevin Williams.
And off this, of course, the Cowboys will have some tricks somewhere to get the ball to Deion Sanders.
Hutton, left-footed punter. They say get away from it. And the Eagles down at the Cowboy 30. The fact that Sanders was back there affects the punter as well as the whole punt return situation. They try to shy away from him.
Life rarely imitates orange cones. Orange cones, however, can be made to imitate life. At Lexus, we've created a suspension system so advanced, it's smooth when you want it to be, and responsive when you need it to be. The 1996 LS400. Impossible, the laws of Lexus state otherwise.
Sai, ho finito la mia tesi di laurea. Bravo, nonno.
Ho fatto tutte le mie ricerche, già dalla Indiana University. Sì.
Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Dallas 17, the Eagles 6, third quarter. With 12:50 left to play in the third. First time the Cowboys have had the ball in the second half. And Emmitt Smith gets the carry, wrapped up by Kevin Johnson, who had Emmitt around the neck.
You know, when you play in the pits, you know, those linemen that play in the pit, this is what they do to your head after when you go on the sideline. I mean, steam's coming off, and you know, you always said you have to play, you have to have your head on straight.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have your head together.
Well,
that's what they do to keep your head on straight.
They better put it back straight.
Well, they're trying, but they got to make it crooked on one side, crooked on the other side, and then it makes straight.
2nd and 9. Aikman. Novacek incomplete. Emmitt Smith had the big first half.
Well, I think eventually they're going to have to get back to that, too, you know, because that really establishes a lot of things. You can see he made 15 yards to the left, 61 yards in the middle behind, you know, those two big guards in center, 24 yards to the right. But you get in there behind big Derek Kennard and Nate Newton and Larry Allen, the way they were blocking in the first half, I think they should get back to that.
3rd and 9. 3 wide receivers. The Eagles showed blitz and then backed out of it. And Aikman for Corey Fleming, incomplete. He tripped as he made the dive for the reception. 3 and out. Good show by the Eagle defense.
And you know, the thing that knits that together for the Cowboys is always when they do run Emmitt Smith. When, you know, they have a big offensive line, they have a great offensive line, they have a great running back, and when they use that to get some first downs, then they can go play pass, and then they can throw. But if they just go throw, 3 and out, or if they don't have success on first down, then they get to these situations.
Jet. Punch to Carpenter. Waves fair catch. Makes it. Eagles take over at their own 24-yard line. That could have been caught. To Fleming.
Was that Troy Aikman asking or someone asking Troy Aikman?
I think it was somebody asking
The latter. You think the latter?
I think the latter, yeah.
Well, you know, the Cowboys need a win. I mean, that's the thing that I think, you know, when they lost to the 49ers, a lot of players used the word funk. They got in a funk, and
still in a funk.
I think, yeah, and I think they were still in a funk. I think they were in a funk last week against the Redskins, and I think they came in to play the Cowboys when they got here last night. I think they were still in that same funk, if that is the word.
2nd and 7. That's a word. Pass deflected, I believe, by Leon Lett, who got his long arms up.
You know, Leon Lett's playing pretty well.
Yes, he
I
is.
think he may find that his position is as a defensive end, because, you know, he's a big guy, he's a tall guy, and, you know, he can run those inside stunts because he's been a tackle, and he has great reactions on stuff like that, on knocking balls down. He's always had a feel for that, a feel for knocking the thrown ball down.
3rd and 7. Rodney Peete back to throw. Complete. As Art Monk takes the hit, stays on his feet, gets a couple more yards. Tough catch by Art Monk as he keeps his record alive.
181 consecutive games Art Monk has caught a pass in.
Is that amazing?
Look at that. Rodney Peete was talking about that yesterday. He said Art Monk's going to play, and he said that's going to put pressure on me. He said I got to get the ball to Art Monk. But you know what you like about that one? He earned that one. That wasn't just some little screen pass or some short little thing.
That's a tough catch, and that's a tough run by Ricky Waters that didn't get much.
And you saw Brock Marion again. He has that broken thumb, and he wasn't able to, you know, get his arms around Art Monk. And Brock Marion's having a little problem back there tackling because of that thumb. But the Cowboys are a beat-up team.
Yeah, they are.
You know, and you know, I mean, they already lost Charles Haley, who had, you know, surgery this week. They lost Ray Donaldson, their center. Lost Robert Jones, their middle linebacker.
Don't forget Kevin Smith. Here's Peete back to throw it. Dumps it to Ricky Waters. Waters makes the catch and gets an Eagle first down at the Cowboy 46-yard line.
Yeah, Ricky Waters found that same area that Henry Ellard found last week and that Jerry Rice found. You're going to see him come in here and just run right across. You come to the outside, and that crossing area right in the middle. If there's any spot that has been vulnerable in this Cowboy defense all year, it's been that crossing middle area.
There's just nobody there. First down, Eagles. Waters. Taken down by Leon Lett.
That time Ricky Waters didn't have patience that he was saying that Walter Payton taught him about, but he did find something in there because he was being led by Guy McIntyre, his guard. And he just left him. Guy McIntyre went to the outside. Watch Guy McIntyre, the left guard. He'll go out here, and Ricky Waters cuts inside of him. You see 62 going out there. You're supposed to follow him. And I think had he followed Guy McIntyre, he would have had a better play.
Second down. Peete wheels it. Incomplete. Intended for Calvin Williams. Deion Sanders, the defender. They don't attack that side much.
And Deion never puts those things, those gloves. You know, he never puts that wrap around him. He never closes his gloves. You ever notice that? The
Velcro. The Velcro.
Yeah. The flap's always open. You're not going to make a living throwing anything on Deion Sanders anyway.
3rd and 5. The Eagles at the Cowboy 40. Rodney Peete back to throw. Here comes the pressure from Chad Hennings.
Again, Chad Hennings is having success with that stunt, Pat, where the end comes to the inside and the tackle goes to the outside. And you'll see Chad Hennings here where he starts to the outside and Leon Lett is going to come underneath him. He just starts to the outside, see, and then Lett becomes the inside rusher, and Chad Hennings becomes the outside rusher.
Kevin Williams back for Hutton's punt. Flag on the play. Williams going to let it bounce. It bounces dead at about the 19, but there's a penalty marker on the play.
The referee is Ed Hockley, and it's so cold down there, the referees have a tough time with their microphones. Listen to this. He's not even going to talk yet, but when he talks, they sound funny today.
Yeah.
I think his voice is frozen, or maybe his mic's frozen.
Maybe his earmuffs are affecting him.
Offside by the defensive nose guard. The penalty is declined. Philadelphia keeps the ball. First down.
The defensive nose guard. There's no such thing as an offensive nose guard.
No, I don't think so. Back to Emmitt Smith. Emmitt has no place to go. The Eagles had done a good job, or did a good job, adjusting to whatever plays the Cowboys were running with Emmitt Smith in the first half.
William Fuller did a good job on that one, Pat. He played Moose Johnston like a bullfighter did. You know, Johnston went out there to block Fuller, and Fuller just jumped right around him and made the tackle. I mean, that was some kind of move. But watch Fuller there. He's going to come to the outside. Watch when Johnston goes to block him. So he just pushed him right to the side and then made that tackle.
Lost a yard. Aikman to throw it. Just does get rid of it with a man wrapped around his feet. There's a flag on the play.
And I think they're calling it in the area of Mark McMillan. Out here, it was after the play, and it was downfield on this side, and they are going to call it on Mark McMillan. Usually the guy who argues first, argues the most, and gets the closest to the officials is the guy they call it on.
Yep. In this case, he's the smallest.
But he's the scrappiest, and he's the closest to the officials, and he's arguing the most, so it has to be 29.
Pass interference by the defense. Number 21. Automatic first down.
He doesn't think so.
No, well, they said, you see, here it is right there.
Yeah.
In fact, that was against Taylor. It wasn't against Mark McMillan. But the guy threw it over here on Mark McMillan's side. But it was against Bobby Taylor, and it was pass interference.
And they had told him to be physical. 15 rushes on first down for Dallas. That's a change. Here's Aikman to throw it on first down. Deep to deep. Incomplete. Greg Jackson made the stop. And right now, let's return you one more time to Hollywood for McDonald's game break and JB, James Brown.
Hey, Pat, take a look at Ironhead Hayward with his first receiving touchdown of the season. Jim Moore's Saints had one for their last 5 games. They're in trouble right now, trailing by 16 in the third. Back to Pat and John.
Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Second down and 10, Dallas at their own 20.
They tried to throw a post pattern on that last one to Deion Sanders, and Greg Jackson just sat there and waited for it. That didn't fool anyone.
Emmitt Smith hit right at the line of scrimmage. That didn't fool anyone. Andy Harmon.
Oh, we talked about Andy Harmon earlier, you know, and playing the run so well and playing all day. And he does that. I mean, they had some problems earlier, but you see Andy Harmon here, and they're backed off the line a little. And you see what he did to Derek Kennard? Derek Kennard weighs 350 pounds. Kennard goes out to block him, and Andy Harmon just took him with one hand and just threw him right beyond him. I mean, when you can jack up 350 pounds, you can jack up some weight.
Third, and Aikman back to throw it. Pass incomplete. And again, the Cowboys are hoping for a penalty. No flags this time, however. Corey Fleming, the intended receiver.
Mark McMillan, he had that coverage all the way. He just ran with the coverage, ran off the sideline. He's still going. But, you know, you have to be excited. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. This is a tough game, and this is an emotional game, and you have to do whatever you can out there.
Now, that's interference.
Well, he did get his hand in there. But that's the thing that helps you know where they're going. You just don't want it to be blatant, but they all do it.
Jet. The punt sails to Carpenter, who is taken down immediately by Charlie Williams. And a flag on the play.
Geez, that was a late flag. They came after everything was down and threw that one.
That was a late flag. Going to be against Dallas, according to the Eagles. Let's see what it is, according to Ed Hockley.
It was a funny-looking flag.
Yeah.
I mean, the play was down. It was over. Then he came in and just threw the yellow flag down.
Personal foul.
It had to be something that happened after the play when they were down there. How come the referee's the only guy with earmuffs?
Personal foul by the kicking team, number 87. Late hit. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's Billy Davis, called for the late hit. And the penalty moves the Eagles into Dallas territory. The Cowboys still leading 17-6 with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
That elbow, he just threw the elbow there. Then the official comes in, and he couldn't get the flag out of his pants.
This is Ricky Waters. Running right. And again, this is the Northeast version. Here we go again. The penalty.
Okay, now watch the official, why it was so late. You see, Billy Davis did it early, but the official didn't come in and throw it until seconds later. But the flag was buried so far in his pants that he couldn't find it. And by the time he could finally find the flag, you thought, what the heck? How come it's so late?
2nd and 2. Waters. First down. Inside. Fumble, but late. He was down.
Yeah, they're all pointing to the ground, Again, a good block by Guy McIntyre. One thing about Ricky Waters, he's been with Guy McIntyre. We talked about that before, and he really follows him and goes well off his block. Watch Guy McIntyre here. See 62 right there. Boom, when he makes contact there, that is just enough for Ricky Waters to cut off from.
1st and 10 Eagles. Waters. Going to bring it back this way. Flag on the play already. And Waters has that ability. Another flag on the play.
You know, when a guy runs that long for that many yards and you see flags in the play, they're usually against his team for stuff like clips and stuff. The first guy that really played it well was Leon Lett. See Russell Maryland down there.
He might have been one of the players who was clipped.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you start running like that, then it starts to look like a punt or kickoff return. We see so many penalties on that. You know, that open field blocking and angles, and you can't block below the waist, or if a guy turns, you can't block from behind.
It's rare you see a play like that turned into much. I recall one by Marcus Allen in a Super Bowl.
Yep, we did that.
Yep, in Tampa.
The Redskins and the Raiders. But the first guy, I mean, the guy that played that well was Leon Lett.
Only one foul on the play, tripping by the offense, number 22. A 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Call against James Saxon. Russell Maryland is the injured Cowboy, and they're still looking at Russell. He's had a bad knee.
You know, here's a guy who really makes the play, though, because it was supposed to be a run. And you see Leon Lett hold the hole there.
Yep.
There's no place for him to run.
Yep.
Leon Lett doesn't let him get to the outside. Brown gets up. Then you're going to see Russell Maryland get it right there. All that work, and you get a penalty and go backwards. They're still in the process of getting Russell Maryland off the field.
Yep. They're running out of tackles. Leon Lett probably and did move back inside, and Shante Carver will play defensive end.
Yeah, and that's a loss right there. I mean, Russell Maryland was playing very well inside, and I thought Leon Lett was playing well and feel comfortable outside.
1st and 20. Passes out to Calvin Williams. Not much there. Out of bounds. Trying to set up a quick screen to the flanker. Darren Woodson read it.
And the fans booth, they don't like that. They don't like those passes that go for minus yardage.
Who does?
Well, if it's on first down, it's not that bad. I mean, the real bad ones are when you have 3rd down and 3rd and 5 to me, and you throw a 3-yard pass.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 2nd and 21. Here's Rodney Peete. Pressure up the middle. He takes off. And is herded out of bounds. Stops the clock. Out of bounds at about the 34.
Again, Rodney Peete comes back. He's going to get a rush, but there's no one open right now. You see, he's looking. He's ready to throw, and he doesn't have anyone open. And then when he did that, he looked at his left, and who did he see? But he saw Bill Bates coming on a blitz.
Yep.
So when he looked back there to see if he had anything to his left, he saw number 40. So he said, now I better get the heck out of here. And that's what forced him to run to the right.
3rd and 12, 3 wide receivers. Here's Peete. Good protection this time, and he gets the ball up to Calvin Williams. Not enough for a first down, but maybe close enough for an Anderson field goal shot.
Boy, did Leon Lett give Rodney Peete a shot as he threw that one. Again, Leon Lett moved to this tackle. That's Russell Maryland's tackle. So his normal tackle is right tackle, and he moved. And you see that shot that he gives him there? And when you're that big, I mean, when you weigh, you know, like Leon Lett weighs 300 pounds, and he's 6'6", and you bring all that down, that's going to make the other guy go backwards.
You know, at 6'6" and 300, he looks lean. Timeout by the Eagles. They'll have 2 left now.
Sony Maximum Television presents Sounds of the Game with John Madden.
Hey, if you want to really feel the game, you got to hear what's going on down here. The booms, the bams. Just listen. Oh, let's go, baby!
Find out if John Randall's pregame preparation helps after this.
This is gonna hurt. Your favorite videos and TV shows come to you in dynamic surround sound. But if you don't have the right stuff, you're not hearing what you pay for. Fortunately, all you need are Sony Maximum speakers for instant surround sound. And add a Sony Trinitron TV for maximum visual impact. Maximum television, only from Sony. Now, only from Blockbuster Video, get up to 15 free rentals when you buy any Sony Maximum TV product.
Hey, if you're not hearing it all, you're not getting the full impact. Whoa! Wow!
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Tap the Rockies. Coors Light.
The Oilers found religion. Thank you for this touchdown. And please don't move us to Nashville. I hate country music.
Catch a brand new What's So Funny tonight after Married with Children.
17-6 Dallas. 4th down Eagles at the Dallas 33-yard line. Or about the 30, I beg your pardon.
Now if they were to kick a field goal, it would be a 47-yard field goal. Gary Anderson's longest this year is 43.
And he'd be against the wind.
And so, you know, that's probably something they decide before the game. I mean, they kick on both ends of the field and decide his distance, you know, going this way. And I'm sure that they knew that this isn't within his distance because it didn't look like the Eagles even considered that. But they don't have this situation straightened out. They come up with a play, and then they took time out, and then they put it back in, and then they had another guy run on the field, and now they finally got it straightened out.
They need 8 yards for the first, and Peete back to throw it. Ducks under Leon Lett. Rodney Peete takes off, and he's got the first down. They had him, and he got away.
I think sometimes the guys are getting so interested in stripping the ball that they forget to tackle. And when you rush the passer, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that he doesn't duck under you, and you want to make sure that you get the tackle. You see what Leon Lett did? He went up in the air, and they're right there. You know, they tried for the strip, and maybe if they just got the tackle.
First down, Eagles. They go with 2 tight ends. They give the ball to Ricky Waters, and Ricky gets about 3.
That was a big play by Rodney Peete. I mean, he knew exactly how many yards he needed. He saw a lane, and there was no one in that lane, and he just ran and put his head down and got that first down.
Under 3 minutes left now in the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys 17, the Eagles 6. Second, they need about 5.
This is where they need a big play from Ricky Waters down in this area. If not this down, in one of these downs.
He gets the carry. He's into the secondary. It'll be 1st and goal, Eagles. Brock Marion came up to make the stop.
Or maybe they need 2 big plays when they get down in this area from Ricky Waters. That was one. I mean, if you got a great player, you're giving him a lot of money. These are the situations. These are the downs. These are when you need him. This is when you feed him. This is when he has to make plays.
And he did a good job, Ricky Waters did, of setting up a block on Chad Hennings by Guy McIntyre again. Inside the 5, about the 3.
Yeah, I agree with this. I think you just keep feeding the ball to Ricky Waters. Because he's a guy. I mean, he is a guy that wants to be the guy. And if you want to be the guy, you got to want the ball.
And don't you think he gets better the more he gets it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the tougher the situation, I think the more competitive the situation, the better he gets.
2nd and goal.
I mean, big players make big plays in big games.
At the 3 tight ends. Waters. Close.
They're not going to give it to him. They didn't signal touchdown.
Nope. Like about 2/3 of a yard out.
Yep. You see that right foot? He got the right foot marker. Again, Guy McIntyre got knocked off. Guy McIntyre was going to pull from the offside and be his lead blocker. The Cowboys' penetration knocked him off, and he didn't get there. Now you see the ball cross the plane, but it's when your knee goes down where the ball is.
3rd and goal at the 1-foot line. Waters. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles move closer. 17-12. Let's see if they go for 2.
They are going for 2. Look at that guy. He's pumped up. I'd put him in there. Hand him the ball. He'd get you 2. One thing about this crowd is they hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't going to be denied. Everyone wants to get low. Offense get low. Defense get low. Running back get low. Get behind those shoulder pads. There was no doubt that that one was a touchdown.
This will be a 2-point effort. That would make it 17-14 if they're successful. Peete back to throw it. They got the 2. Fred Barnett. They're those guys.
There's those guys you were talking about. And we knew we'd find. We're talking about them at halftime. They have to be there. Maybe they were waiting for an Eagles to score a touchdown and a 2-point play. Now they're within a field goal to tie him.
17-14. Here's a 2-point attempt.
Good pass protection. You see Rodney Peete had a good lane to find Fred Barnett coming across on that crossing pattern. And see who was covering him?
Yep.
He beat Deion Sanders. You know, sometimes you think that everyone wants to stay away from Deion. I think the key is you stay away from Deion Sanders deep. But I don't know that you stay away from Deion Sanders on crossing patterns.
Deep and outside, stay away.
That was pretty good. Fred Barnett running that crossing pattern on Deion Sanders. But again, the protection was excellent that gave Rodney Peete that lane to throw the ball into Fred Barnett. Here it is. We'll see up here. Here's going to be the crossing pattern. And we're going to see the lane is going to be to the right. You see Fred Barnett just starts across. Deion Sanders really wasn't picked. I mean, the official was there, but he kind of slowed up a little on that.
Kevin Williams still going midfield and in Eagle territory at the 47. Dallas takes over in good shape.
Yeah, and that kick didn't go very far, and that explains why they wouldn't even think of going for a field goal when they were on the 30-yard line.
The Philadelphia scoring drive, 11 plays, 46 yards. Ricky Waters scored it on a 1-yard run. He carried it 7 times in that drive. The Cowboys 1st and 10.
And Ricky Waters is the kind of guy that thrives on that. I mean, he always has it. Feed me the ball, feed me the ball, give me the ball.
He wants a major role. So does this guy, Emmitt Smith.
And that's what I think the Cowboys have to do now, Pat, is come right back here with a heavy dose of Emmitt Smith.
Well, they'll have that dose coming in the other direction.
Watch now. That's a double team. And when you get Derek Kennard and you get Larry Allen on you, you're going to end up down.
Right where he is.
I mean, Larry Allen has a defensive attitude. I mean, he's one of those guys that's a tough guy, and he plays offensive line the way defensive linemen play.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. They'll change direction with Dallas leading by 3 and a quarter to play.
6 days till Mike Tyson fights live on Fox. Free.
News 4 Texas has more resources than any other TV station. Resources for coverage of the stories that matter to you. Coverage that offers perspective. Covering stories as they break. Uncovering the stories you need to know. And the state's largest news team covers it all. Wherever and whenever it happens. News 4 Texas.
If you're trying to decide what computer to buy, what upgrades to make, what software to buy, if you're trying to decide what's the right printer or the right laptop, and what's the right price to pay, there's only one decision to make: Computer City. And last year, 8 million people came to the same conclusion. Computer City. You can't make a wrong decision when you go to the right store.
No, I sent 3. 1, 2, 3. I got them right here. Oh, the hutch has a 3-way hinge. Okay, now your fingers are pointing up, you're wiggling them? Are your palms up? Just flap and lock, flap and lock. You know, not your thumbs.
In the everyday world, you often have to explain yourself to others.
Are you flapping?
Now look at page 2.
With the world-class network from GTE,
I like that.
you simply show them.
What if we switch the pages?
Change the way you work. Change the way you live. It's amazing what you can do with the world-class network from GTE.
The Cowboys try to bounce back from the loss to Washington. Highlights from Philadelphia, plus the post-game story at 9:30.
These are terrible.
17-14, Pat Summerall, John Madden, as we have one more quarter to go. The Dallas offense, well, it hadn't done well. Didn't do well third quarter. Smith, 7 rushes, 7 yards. Aikman, 0 out of 5, 0 for 5.
And conversely, the Eagle defense has really tightened up in that area because Emmitt Smith started running, and they've really shut that run down.
So the credit should go. Here's Emmitt, tackled in the backfield, hit in the backfield by William Thomas. He came off the corner.
Yep, they started playing more aggressively on those corners. They started getting more penetration. And you're going to see, here's William Thomas here. They're going to run to this side. And instead of waiting and playing here, he comes and plays over on this side of the ball. See, when the ball snapped, boom, he comes right now. And when Emmitt Smith gets that ball, William Thomas is there waiting for him.
Ran right past Larry Allen's block. He was pulling. 3rd and 7. Kevin Williams in motion. Here's Aikman. Novacek bounced off his shoulder. Covered by a linebacker.
Yep, Bill Romanowski was running all the way with Novacek. That's one thing about Ray Rhodes. He's always done that as a defensive coach. He will put linebackers on tight ends and have them cover them man for man.
Oh, he did deflect it. It didn't hit Novacek. I thought it did.
He ran for man-to-man from the line of scrimmage.
He has a phrase. He tells his defenders, you're accountable if he comes in this area. Ball takes an Eagle bounce, and they down it. The Cowboys do. Darren Smith downed it, and the Eagles will take over at their own 21, a 23-yard punt by Jet.
Yes, another morning, another trek to the office. But in the new Mercedes E-Class, you're in one of the safest cars on the road. You're inside a protective cage with front airbags and, get this, side airbags. Heaven knows there are animals on these roads.
Company wishes you and yours a very happy holiday season.
This is Jack. He's learning about airplanes on a PC with an Intel Pentium processor inside. The Pentium processor has the power to make software look, sound, and feel more real, which lets Jack's imagination really take off. The Intel Pentium processor.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, where safety, reliability, performance, and value are never optional. By Dockers Flat Front Khakis, proud makers of nice pants. And by Intel, the world's leading maker of microprocessors.
With John Madden, Pat Summerall back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Eagle ball at their own 20. Dallas leading 17-14. 14 minutes left to play. Peete to Waters. Ricky Waters gets out to about the 24 right now. Again, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio.
Hey, Pat. Herman Moore, number 84 at 6'3", defended by 6-foot Chuck Cecil. Moore wins the jump ball for his 14th touchdown reception of the season. Lions by 14 over Houston. Take it back to Pat and John.
It's 17-14 at Veterans Stadium. Eagles have the ball, 2nd and 6 at their own 25. Waters was the man in motion. Peete dropped the ball. And let's see as they unstack who came up with it.
I think
Cowboys, Leon Lett. Rodney Peete, I didn't see anybody hit it. He just dropped it.
No, he did just drop it. You're right. He was just going back, and he drops the ball. It looked like he was coming back. You see, he has the ball up there, and as he goes to bring it back to throw it, the ball just goes out the back door. And there's Leon Lett ready to get the fumble.
And so it's a first down Cowboys after that turnover. The second by the Eagles at their 15, at the Eagle 15.
But isn't that something? I mean, he's just dropping back. He got on that three-step drop. He got on that 3rd step, brought the ball back to cock it, to throw it, and it just went right out the back.
2 tight ends for Dallas. Emmitt Smith. Emmitt to the 10.
I'll say this. Leon Lett has had to play right end, right defensive tackle. And then when Russell Maryland got hurt, he played left defensive tackle, and he has played like heck today. He really has. I mean, he has been in that Philadelphia Eagle defensive, offensive backfield all day.
As you say, when it comes time for good players, maybe great players, to step up, they do.
That's why I would think that they would feed the ball to Emmitt Smith on this drive.
2nd and 6. Again, it's Emmitt. Down inside the 10, looks like about the 7.
Yeah, I think Big Nate looks better in the white jerseys. In fact, I think all the Cowboys do. You know, you look at the Cowboys in these blue things that they have here, and they just don't look like the Cowboys.
It just doesn't look like it's all one piece.
No, that 6 and the 1 in front of Nate's a little too small there. He's stretching that 1 out a little, isn't he?
Well, the 6 is not doing too well either.
Yeah, but that 1's in big trouble.
3rd and 3. Emmitt again, or does he throw it?
I think Emmitt again.
The Darrell Johnston, who's down just outside the 5.
This is going to be an interesting spot here, whether it's a first down or not. This is going to be very interesting. And then if it's not a first down, then what do the Cowboys do?
Well, I think they got to go for the first, if it's not. But nobody asked me. I'll ask you. What would you do?
I would kick the field goal. I wouldn't want to kick the field goal. I mean, as your coach now, you're hoping like heck if it's a first down. The percentage says you have to kick the field goal if it's not, but it is. So you don't have to worry about it.
So we don't need to argue, I guess.
No. Because then that would take them out of 1 field goal being able to tie you. But now again, by now getting that first down, now I think they can go back and again start giving the ball to Emmitt Smith. Or maybe on first down it wouldn't be bad because they're staying in the huddle a long time. Usually when you're in a huddle this long, it's going to be a pass play. But now a fake to Emmitt Smith and some kind of pass wouldn't be bad on first down.
Michael Irvin split wide left. Aikman dips to it. Smith, the ball came loose, and the Eagles have it. Zornich came up with it. He's back in the end zone, but he made recovery in the playing field.
The Eagles are trying to say that it was in the end zone. The officials are marking it on the goal line. This is the second time in 2 weeks that Emmitt Smith has fumbled down in this area. There's a heck of a hit right on the ball. Zordich is right there. He recovers it right there about the 2-yard line. Watch his hit there. It's Kurt Govea. Kurt Govea took his helmet. It was in the left hand of Emmitt Smith, and Kurt Govea put his helmet right on the football.
17-14, Dallas leading. The Eagles have the ball just inside their 2-yard line.
That was a heck of a play by Govea,
yes,
though.
Was.
I mean, he was free, and he not only had to make the tackle, but he put his helmet. He found the ball with his helmet.
Peete gives to Waters, who gets outside the 5.
That's always the first goal. Last week, the Eagles had this same situation coming off their goal line. They threw 3 times incomplete and had a punt. And they had a punt right off their goal line. Now, the first goal is to always get it out to the 5-yard line, and that gives your punter 15 yards.
Clock running, 10:45 left to play. Second down, Eagles. Again, it's Ricky Waters. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage this time and hurt his back toward the goal line.
I'll tell you, they know that their line is beat up. Charles Haley's not here. Russell Maryland is out. And these guys that are in there have to play like heck. And again, this is a guy that's doing it here. Leon Lett has really been controlling this line of scrimmage from any position that he's played. And you see, I mean, that's just control there. You just take on the block, you wait for the ball, boom, you throw the guy off you and make you tackle like that. Leon Lett has dominated this game.
3rd and 5. Peete back in the end zone. Chased in the end zone, almost to safety. He got out of it. Outside the 10. Tony Tolbert had a shot at him in the end zone.
Well, I think Peter's looking, I'm glad I got out of that one. Because that's a danger, you know, throwing out of your own end zone. One is getting tackled there. The other is getting a penalty. If you have a penalty in the end zone, that's a safety.
You were talking about Leon Lett and the job he's done, and he has. But so has Hennings, and so has Tony Tolbert.
Tony Tolbert has played better in this game than I remember him playing in the last 2 months.
They're going to measure to see how far Peete got out. Deion Sanders in to return if they do punt.
After you start dominating, then they're going to do everything to you. There were 3 guys that had their hands on Leon Lett's face, and he still got in there to put the pressure on Rodney Peete. And he was the guy that almost sacked him and forced him out of the end zone.
Hutton standing back deep in the end zone.
Wait for the whistle.
Sanders and Kevin Williams back for Dallas. Hutton will have a little bit of a helping wind. No rush. This is a good kick. And it's going to be Kevin Williams who handles it at the 36-yard line where Dallas will take over. Fine punt. Out of the end zone by Hutton. No gain.
I don't know. You know, I mean, the Cowboys just don't look like the Cowboys. I mean, they don't do these kind of things. I mean, Troy Aikman doesn't throw no-yard passes. Emmitt Smith doesn't get the ball and run out of bounds for no yards. I mean, these things that we see, or he doesn't fumble like that going in. The things that we see are very uncharacteristic of the Cowboys. But on the other hand, I think that the Eagles are playing very well on defense.
2nd and 10. 17-14 lead for Dallas. Reverse coming. Fake to Kevin Williams. Screen pass coming. Aikman just hit it on the ground. The Eagles had that one diagnosed.
Yeah, you know that that's an ugly play or a diagnosed play when Derek Kennard ends up with a ball. When Troy Aikman starts back and Derek Kennard ends up with a ball, you know that that's an ugly thing.
As one of our friends said, that's not good.
Watch Kennard when he catches it. He's going to spike it between his legs.
Good spike.
That's a lot tougher job than it looks.
between the legs. Third.
Not a lot of space in there.
No. Play clock down to 1 second. Aikman gets rid of it down the middle. And the pass is incomplete. Kevin Williams says, I caught it. The referee says, oh no.
Kevin Williams better watch out.
And the Cowboys are going to have to punt.
Kurt Govey is back there. He's the guy that made that big play down there in the goal line earlier on Emmitt Smith.
Williams was open. Let's see if it hit the turf.
Oh, that's a catch.
I think he had that.
I think he was right.
Yep.
Kevin Williams was right. He did have those hands underneath there.
Ball never hit the ground.
Nope, it sure didn't.
Carpenter deep for the Eagles. Jet to punt it. Back for Dallas. 8:51 left to play. Jet's kick is going to hang for Carpenter. And he's got some room. Gets it to about the 37. The Eagles win on that exchange after they had the ball down deep in their own end zone. 8:40 left to play. Dallas 17, Philadelphia 14.
And he's the playmaker on this team. And in fact, his license plate says playmaker. And when you get in a game like this, you have to get the ball to your playmaker.
Ricky Waters to the 40.
And you know, and they'll talk about double coverage and they're double covering, so we have to go to the other guys. I don't believe that. I mean, I think that there are guys that are good enough that you can find a way to get the ball to them. And I think you can also find a way to get the ball to them if they're double covered, and you can find a way to get them out of double coverage.
How long has it been that we've been watching Jerry Rice be double covered?
Yeah, and you see right now, Michael Irvin is a leader of this team, and he can't lead because he's frustrated.
On second down is Ricky Waters. His sweep left. He is cut down at about the 45-yard line by Darren Woodson.
Yeah, it was funny when we were talking to Ricky Waters yesterday, and he was talking about the Cowboy defense. The guy that he mentioned was Darren Woodson. Yeah, and he said, now there's a guy that's a football player. And you look at Darren Woodson, he came through about 4 guys and passed 4 of his own guys to come over and make that tackle.
3rd and a yard for the Eagles. Clock running, 7.5 minutes left. 17-14 Dallas. Waters got the first. Swans made the stop.
Yeah, there's just a feeling in this game to me, Pat, and I don't know why. I mean, feelings don't mean anything, but this is going to be an overtime game.
Feelings do mean.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't mean like, you know, predictions and all that stuff.
It's cold.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's real cold. These fans are here. The players are playing. And, you know, it's going to go on. And I don't think this is going to be over in 4 quarters.
1st and 10, Philadelphia at their own 48-yard line. That Dallas defense has been tested a lot. Waters gets it to midfield. That'll bring up 2nd and long.
You know, in this Eagle line isn't a great offensive line. I mean, they've had injuries and they've had guys suspended and they've had a lot of, you know, changes and different guys playing. Even within this game, we see Mo Elowanibi's in there now at left tackle. I mean, they've been making a lot of changes, but they've done pretty well in this game, especially in the second half.
They have scrapped all day. 2nd down. Peete back to throw it. Here comes the blitz, but they pick it up with Monk. And Art Monk makes his 2nd catch of the day, and it's close to 1st down yardage. Rodney Peete saw the blitz coming.
Yeah, Ray Rhodes was saying that when he brought Art Monk in here, it was just amazing. He ran like a 4.5 40. Here's Art Monk. He's in the slot, and they get him where they're zoning, and Brock Marion was way off, and so he was able just to run that out and almost get the 1st down.
3rd, half a yard. Maybe not that much. The sneak should be enough.
You see the center, Raleigh McKenzie? Number 63 flew out there. He's the guy right down there. If he had the ball, it would have been way a first down.
This may not be enough.
I know it. Well, the first thing that I saw was Raleigh McKenzie come flying out of there. But he didn't have the ball. That's McKenzie here. He's gonna come flying right out, and he just misses everything. He has to miss everything. Rodney Peete is in behind him. I think Rodney Peete has the first down.
I think so too. They're going to measure right now.
The only way he would not have a first down is if they got a bad spot.
Today's game, as they measure, is being produced by Bob Stenner and directed by Sandy Grossman. It is a first down. Studios produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Doran and David Hill.
I still think these people have to be the toughest people. I mean, the people on the sideline are tough. We had Mike Tyson up here. He's tough.
Yeah.
I think these fans, they came here and then sit out here all day in this weather, are the toughest people.
1st and 10, Eagles at the Dallas 42. Waters got one man to beat. That's Deion Sanders. He gets him out of bounds.
He's proud of himself, isn't he?
At the end of this game, John and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. It could just be Ricky Waters.
Watch these moves that he makes. I mean, he's making moves and moves and moves and moves, and then he bounces out. He's going to get by Brock Marion right there, and then Deion Sanders knocks him out, and he runs right into the sound guy. Look, he knocked the Prab guy back. He knocked the Prab over the Prab guy's head.
Tony Tolbert limps off the field.
We talked earlier about how he has 2 bad knees coming in.
Ricky Waters wrapped up at about the 25 by Darren Benson.
You know, that's one way to get good sound, Pat, when you hit the guy that's holding the sound thing. That's a Prab. Listen to this.
You'll get some sound.
When you just run into it.
Darren Benson, by the way, playing defense for the Cowboys now, is 6'7", 308 pounds, just 21 years old. Ricky Waters has been through the wars. And he gets the handoff, cuts it back for no gain this time, maybe a yard. Stopped by Darren Woodson. There is a player. He's right.
And I think that, you know, Darren Woodson has had to get more involved in this running game because they're having trouble stopping the Eagles' run with their front 7. The front 7 being the 4 defensive linemen and the 3 linebackers, so they have to get their safety up there.
This game is presented by authority of the National Football League, is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited. 3rd and 8. Pete's going to have to throw it. Back to throws Peete. Passes. Look what I found. Ricky Waters.
Yeah, but it's too short of that first down, although it is in that same area that gives the Cowboys problems. And if it's not a first down, and we know it's not a first down, the Eagles have to go for a field goal here.
Ricky Waters didn't even know the ball was coming. He just found it.
Well, he was probably looking himself to get up beyond the first down marker, knowing that if he's going to catch it, he wants a first down. He doesn't want to catch it and not have the first down.
Gary Anderson to tie it, to attempt to try it. It's 2 for 2. Successful from 42 yards, from 27 yards. This one's going to be about 41, 38. And it's good. The field goal will get the exact length in just a moment, but the score is tied. That's correct. Back at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. 17-17 tie. It is cold. Look at the steam coming off the head of the players. Ricky Waters has been outstanding one more time.
And that's the kind of game he loves.
Evan Williams, the ball chased him back into the end zone.
Well, he better jump on that, although the whistle did blow.
Touchback, and there was a whistle. And the signal touchback. Anderson's kickoff made it to the end zone. And the Cowboys will take over at their own 20.
You know, somewhere, again, we talked earlier when we saw Michael Irvin on the sideline. He hasn't caught a ball since the first quarter. And if these things are going to mean anything, I think he has to get involved in it. If they win today, they can clinch the division title. A second win, they get the bye. And the third, if they can win all three of their games, they can get home field throughout.
If they should tie today, they still get into the playoffs. Here's Aikman. Up the middle, incomplete. In the direction of Michael Irvin, knocked down by Bobby Taylor.
You know, Bobby Taylor is a rookie that has done a heck of a job. In the first game, they had Mark McMillan playing against Michael Irvin. In this game, Ray Rhodes wanted this bigger guy, so he put his rookie on him, and he wanted size on size, and that's exactly what he's getting.
And he's getting a pretty good job to go with it.
Well, you know, he had his wide receiver. They had him be physical all week with Bobby Taylor because Michael Irvin is so physical, and that was Ray Rhodes' big thing this week.
2nd and 10. Eagles don't blitz. Incomplete. Novacek saw it slip through his hand.
Well, those guys in the sidelines have to watch out. This is good hitting weather. I mean, this whole intensity in this fourth quarter is being lifted by both teams. I mean, these fans are into it now. I mean, the whole thing is going on here. There's some stuff going on now.
17-17 tied, 2:45 left, 3rd and 10, Dallas at their own 20. Push him up. Push him up. Let's hear it. They need 10 for a first. And Troy Aikman back to throw. Gets it out. Not enough for a first down to Corey Fleming. He's saying he was up and knocked backwards. He was up.
Ray Rhodes wanted his corners to be physical. They are physical. Watch Mark McMillan come up here now. Boom, he makes that tackle right there. That ball should be spotted right there. That shouldn't even be close to a first down.
And Dallas is going to go for it.
Oh, I don't believe in this. I think a tie score on this situation, unless they're going to try and draw them off sides, I think they cannot go for it here.
Emmitt Smith's the deep back. Emmitt Smith gets the carry. He doesn't make it.
No, that's a bad call. You can't do that. Look at the Eagles. They know that call could have won the Eagles this game.
They're at field goal range right now.
Right now, and then all they have to do is run that clock down.
Now they're saying maybe the 2-minute warning ran out.
No, I don't think so. That ball was snapped before, and you can't stop the play in the middle of the play for the 2-minute warning. No, that's the Eagles' ball. The Eagles stopped them. It's their ball.
Barry Switzer is saying the 2-minute warning.
Barry Switzer ought to be saying that he shouldn't have called that play.
No question he didn't get the first down. He's nowhere close.
He didn't get it. That's great defense. The Eagles were all up there.
There is nothing there. Now let's see. The Cowboys offensive unit still on the field.
Well, maybe they're saying that the 2 minutes.
The ball was snapped.
Watch the official on the far side of the field. He is signaling no play.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They did say the 2 minutes came up before the ball was snapped. He's going to stop the play before the ball snapped. He's going to say the 2-minute warning. No, I don't think he did. That ball was snapped before he did that.
Yep.
That's not right either.
He's saying no play.
I know, but he has to say it before the ball snapped. After the ball is snapped, it doesn't make any difference when the 2 minutes come up.
The clock has been reset. The last time before we took that break, it was at 1:58 seconds. Now it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, and if that official's going to stop it, he has to stop it before it's snapped.
The 2-minute warning occurred before the ball was snapped. Therefore, it's fourth down.
I don't believe that. I mean, the official didn't signal the 2-minute warning until after the ball was snapped. And if the ball snapped, you don't stop the play for the 2-minute warning. I'm still surprised the Cowboys are going for it again. I think that was a bad call the first time they did it. I think it's a bad call now.
It's 4th, and it's still a foot. Emmitt Smith is still deep with Darrell Johnston in front of him. Same play. Didn't get it again.
Didn't get it again. That's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. What in the heck is going on? The score's tied. You're on the road. Woo. I don't know.
The Eagles will take over at the Cowboy 30-yard line, about the 29.5.
There's no place here. I mean, this is short yardage defense. The Eagles are selling out against the run. They have everyone up. They just read the thing. There's no chance. There's no chance to get that ball in there against that defense.
The linebackers come fill the hole. The defensive backs are in the hole.
The line controlled the line of scrimmage. But still, even that call, I mean, when you're in that area on the field, you have to punt the ball.
Romanowski led the charge. This is Ricky Water. He'll run it straight ahead and let the clock run.
Well, Dallas does have all 3 timeouts. They're going to have to start using them and use them on this series. Yeah, I thought they got that call, that 2-minute warning. I thought they dodged a bullet, and then they go back and punt, and they did the same thing.
Same play, same result.
Yeah, they deserve to lose.
17-17.
We've invested billions to help businesses grow and provided billions more to improve homes and finance educations. We developed special insurance to pay for nursing home care and low-cost life insurance for people over 50. Because at Transamerica, we sell life insurance.
Says anything, they don't have to do that.
17-17 tie. Gary Anderson on the field with Tommy Hutton holding. 42-yard field goal attempt will untie it if he hits. A minute and a half remaining.
Wait a minute.
Nope. Now they blew the whistle. Before that kick was good from 42 yards away, but the whistle blew before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, the referee did blow the whistle before that ball was snapped.
Play doesn't count.
The ball was kicked before the ready for play was blown. There is no foul, but there's no play.
Ed Hockley's mouth is almost frozen, but Gary Anderson's leg is not.
Well, here's Ed Hockley, the referee, and you can see that they didn't give the signal to play yet. You see, he's in the way of the snap. Now he's saying start the time, but they didn't start it back here. They didn't say it was okay to kick. And he did blow the whistle.
Yes, he did.
Before that ball was snapped.
So there's no penalty. It'll still be a 42-yard field goal effort by Anderson.
And Ed Hockley, the referee, is still in the way. See, he stands there so that you can't snap the ball until everyone is ready.
A minute and a half left, 17-17 score.
There's the signal right there.
Anderson with Hutton holding outside 42. He hit the first one, and he hit that one. The Eagles capture the lead, 20-17.
You know, you could feel yesterday in talking to Ray Rhodes and these Eagle players that they weren't sure that they were going to win. They weren't confident they were going to win, but they knew that they were going to come out here and fight these Cowboys today, and that they did.
You knew they were going to fight them tough and hang in there. You're going to be in the mud, said Ray Rhodes. I'll be in the mud with you.
And I think as long as Ray Rhodes coaches this Eagle team, they're going to fight, and they're going to be that kind of team. Because he knows how to win. He knows what kind of players it takes to win.
And Gary Anderson's 42-yard field goal tied it up. This is the last Dallas offensive effort. On fourth down, they went for it.
And then they said that the clock saved them on that one. great short yardage defense. So then they go the second time, and here they don't get it again.
Same
but watch
play.
this defense. Control the line of scrimmage. Everyone control everyone in the backfield. Stubbs coming down the line of scrimmage and being on top.
Anderson's kickoff to Kevin Williams. Chases him 5 yards deep in the end zone. He downs it there, and the Cowboys are out of timeouts.
I'll tell you, this Eagle team really did something. And you look what happened to the Cowboys. Troy Aikman was only 3 out of his last 13. Emmitt Smith last 16 rushes, 28 yards and a fumble. Michael Irvin hasn't caught a pass since the first quarter. Second half possession, 4 punts, 1 fumble and downs. But again, all those things are part of the Cowboys' problem, but that's great Eagle defense, great Eagle preparation.
So the Cowboys have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. 3 wide receivers, no timeouts. And here's Aikman up in the pocket. Incomplete. Intended for Kevin Williams. They can't stop the game except by getting out of bounds or with an incomplete pass. That's what they just did.
Remember when the San Francisco 49ers beat the Cowboys, and you thought, well, that'll, they'll get them again, and maybe the 49ers have their numbers. Then I had a feeling that the Redskins kind of copied what the 49ers did and gave them the same set of problems without as good a team. And today, I think the Eagles have copied those same things.
2nd and 10. Aikman to throw. Just gets rid of it. Almost intercepted, intended for Novacek. He was under pressure. William Thomas put the heat on.
Again, and it's only a 3-man rush. They're playing zone. They have 8 men deep. So if you're going to get pressure, you got to get pressure with 3 guys. And that first guy there was William Fuller.
3rd and 10. Fleming wide to the right. Irvin wide left. Aikman back to throw it. With time. Incomplete. Emmitt Smith. If he had caught it, it would have done no good. There's a flag on the play, I believe. No flag. No flag. 4th and 10.
The way the thing that everyone's doing is they're kind of doubling Michael Irvin, and then they're playing, like Novacek and Johnston and all his other receivers, his short receivers, and Emmitt Smith, they're playing them real tight so that he doesn't have that dump off.
4th and 10. Dallas last crack at it. They have no more timeouts. The Eagles lead by 3, 20-17. Here's Aikman, steps up in the pocket. Michael Irvin makes the catch, gets the first down. They can't stop the clock, however. Now a minute left.
But the thing they can do is they can come up and spike it, but they only have to get in position for a field goal now.
Aikman's going to throw it. Irvin, incomplete. It was in there. Irvin couldn't hang on.
I'll tell you, this Bobby Taylor has played a heck of a game.
He really has.
I mean, part of it is they've given him some help, but Ray Rhodes wanted him to play aggressively on Michael Irvin, and he has played aggressively on Michael Irvin all day. Here he is sitting back here in the zone. The ball is thrown. Instead of waiting, he goes up there and he hits the ball just as it gets there.
2nd and 10. Dallas at their own 35. 46 seconds left. Time for Aikman to Emmitt Smith. Hit it for out of bounds and stops the clock. 38 seconds left. A yard gain. That won't get it done.
Now they have to get the ball down the field. Obviously, they need a couple more first downs. Here you see Michael Irvin. He's the guy that he should be trying to get the ball to. But I don't know that Michael Irvin isn't frustrated and hasn't been frustrated since the first quarter. This is what it looked like on the other side. He was ready to throw. He didn't have anything to throw to, so he had to come off to Emmitt Smith.
Third down. Four-man rush this time by the Eagles. And Aikman goes deep to Irvin. Incomplete. Bobby Taylor knocked it down.
Ray Rhodes challenged Bobby Taylor all week, and he says, you have to be the guy. You have to be physical. Bobby Taylor pointed to himself right then and smiled.
I am the guy.
I am the guy. You wanted the guy? Okay, I'll be the guy. You want me to cover Michael Irvin? You want me to run with him? You want me to be physical with him, knock down the ball? He did it today.
32 seconds left. 4th and 9. No timeouts for Dallas. The Eagles lead by 3, 20-7. 17, sorry. Here's Aikman. Pass is caught by Fleming. That's another first down. They're going to have to hurry. 23 seconds left. Clock running. Aikman saying, I'm going to spike it. Less than 20. He does. Stops it with 16 seconds left. Just across midfield.
And again, you would think they're around midfield, and once the ball was on the 30-yard line, and that was really too far for a field goal into the wind, so you'd think he'd have to get it to about the 25. So the Cowboys need a combination of one play for 25 yards or two plays, a play, a spike, a play, a spike, to get in field goal position.
There's the Eagle 48. 16 seconds left. Aikman back to throw it. Going deep. Incomplete. Bobby Taylor back with Michael Irvin.
I don't know if Bobby Taylor was a rookie this morning. I guarantee he's not a rookie tonight. Bobby Taylor's a pro tonight. I mean, he was out there. He's a deep guy in this zone. He's been there all day. They've been working on him. You know, the thing is, if you need a big play, you always go to your big play guy, especially when he's against a rookie. And Bobby Taylor has been winning those battles all day today.
9 seconds left. 3rd and 10. Aikman to throw it. Hit by Fuller. Down he goes.
Oh, and Aikman looked like he was yelling at Eric Williams on that play. Woo! What a day for the Eagles.
They come from behind to win it.
There's a pass rush. You're going to see what happened is Fuller started out on the tight end. Eric Williams started to look to the inside, and no one on the last play blocked William Fuller. But what a day for this Eagle team.
Eric Williams turned away entirely. Bobby Taylor and Ricky Waters will be the Miller Lite players of the game. And Gary Anderson gets a vote too.
Well, you know, when they needed to run, when they needed the big plays, Ricky Waters gave it to them. They came in and they said, we're going to put the big guy on big guy, even though the big guy for the Eagles was a rookie. That was